from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Because they did not want to hear Denzel if he went home empty again.
You think you can do this to me? You mother...
Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. My name is Reese Waters, and I'm troubled. Yeah, I know how it looks. Sinners set the all-time record with 16 Oscar nominations. This is what happens when our stories are told with truth, power, and brilliance. I heard that, Ben Crump. And you know what? They owed Delroy Lindo. They didn't give him his flowers for Crooklyn. They never gave him his flowers for Crooklyn. Nobody was here giving Delroy Lindo his flowers for Romeo Must Die. It's about time. It's about time. Not to mention that Oscar-worthy performance not kirking out at the BAFTA Awards.
Good evening. Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
And that's not to mention Michael B. Jordan. What's that? Creed? Yeah, obviously Creed and Killmonger. Yeah, we know about Creed and Killmonger. Also, two other performers that were extremely underrated. But no, I'm talking about Jamal from Hardball. What y'all know about Jamal from Hardball, huh? What y'all know about Vince from Friday Night Lights? We doing it for Wallace from The Wire. That's why we do this. That's why we're doing it for Wallace, Vince, and Jamal. That's what we do. And also, not kirking out at the BAFTA Awards. That was the best performance of the year. If we're being honest, that was the best performance of the year. And unlike how this normally goes when our stories are told, other people noticed.
Today is a very historical day. 16 nominations, bruv. Sinners just made Oscar history in a way that we have never seen before. Truly. Basically, any award that they were eligible to be nominated for, they were nominated. Best Picture, Actor, Director, Supporting Actress, Supporting Actor, Casting, Costume Design, Cinematography, Film Editing, Makeup and Hair, Original Screenplay, Original Score, Original Sound, Visual Effects. What I'm trying to tell you is the Academy really liked this film. The most nominations record was previously held by 3 films: Titanic, La La Land, and All About Eve. And what is so wild about this is that this is a Black-led horror vampire story. The Oscars have traditionally favored dramas or historical epics, definitely not genre, and really not horror. And you know what is extraordinary to me? Sinners is unapologetically rooted in Black culture and history, and it still received 16 nominations. Today is a meaningful shift in what Hollywood is finally willing to celebrate. It's about damn time. Congratulations, Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, Wunmi Masaku, Delroy Lindo, and everyone involved in this film. I hope you guys are partying like it's 1999.
However, here is why I'm troubled. Because this ain't my first rodeo. I'm in my 4th decade, okay? I'm old enough to remember The Color Purple came in with 11 nominations, including Best Picture, Best Actress, and 2 Supporting Actress nominations for Oprah and Margaret Avery. Nothing. Not a single thing. Walked away empty like Stedman. Come on, Oscars. Until you do right by us, everything you even think about is gonna crumble. Y'all wanna talk about Do the Right Thing? Getting 2 nominations in 1990 for Supporting Actor and Best Original Screenplay and didn't win either. They ain't do the right thing. They ain't do the right. Now I see why they was fighting. Now I know why they was fighting. Spike knew how they was gonna go down. That's why they was fighting at the end of that. That's what they clearly ain't learned their lesson.
Man, this some old bullshit.
Then we have Boys in the Hood in 1991, which made John Singleton the first Black person nominated for Best Director. And how did that go down? How exactly did that go down? Like Ricky in the Alley. Ricky! Yeah, like Ricky in the Alley. My man went home and punched the air like Cuba Gooding Jr. That's exactly how that went down. But you know what? They wasn't finished. They turned right back around the next year and snubbed Malcolm X. They didn't just snub Denzel for Best Actor and Ruth Carter for Costume Design. Spike Lee wasn't even nominated for Best Director. It's like they knew he was gonna make Chirac. It's like they knew he was gonna make Chirac in advance. No, Spike gonna get his Oscar by any means necessary.
What do you mean by that?
How about the very next year where Angela Bassett lost playing Tina Turner and What's Love Got to Do with It? They should have gave a whole separate Oscar for that limo scene. If we're being honest, that limo scene and the way she got out and walked in the hotel, it's been decades. I still remember that beat for beat. I mean, I don't remember Crash. Other snubs include Selma in 2014, Straight Outta Compton in 2015, Hidden Figures in 2016. You know, that's actually surprising, that Hidden Figures, because they like when we harken back to how we used to be. They typically like that. And Selma, that was, I mean, really, like what? We can't be in the future or in the past no more? Like, come on. And perhaps the most infuriating, in 2022, snubbing both The Woman King and Till. The Woman King, for one, debuted at #1 in America, raked in double its budget, but neither movie received even a single nomination.
This is egregious work. This is nasty, egregious work.
What, they was talking during it? You all couldn't pay attention? They was talking? Y'all went to Magic and it was, I mean, come on. Come on. Not a single nomination. We ain't forgot. We ain't forgot. And even before award season started, we saw Variety and other publications focus on Sinner's $90 million budget and analyze its profitability and question its success, while simultaneously praising Marty Supreme, which had a $70 million budget, as a critical and commercial triumph, even listing all the possible Oscar nominations it could get. However, Sinners outperformed Marty Supreme at the box office, earning $369 million worldwide compared to Marty Supreme's $274 million. You know they was crying in the car. You know they was crying in the car when they saw the numbers.
You gonna cry in the car.
That's nasty work. Criticizing Sinner's profitability. Why would that be, Variety? Why would that be, Hollywood? Y'all don't like seeing black movies? Y'all want to go down that road? Huh? Y'all want to go down? I don't see color. The movies that play uptown don't do as well. I don't know what it is. Oh, we heard it all. And we saw it all.
I'm sorry, but can we talk about the Sinners campaign? I'm talking to the visionary leaders, the visionary founders, those who are building something extraordinary. This is a generational film. This is a historic moment. $368 million in the box office. Ryan Coogler negotiated one of the most historic film deals in the history of entertainment. 16 Academy Award nominations. And it feels like at every single turn of this movie and this campaign and award season, there's been an attack. Let's start with Variety, framing the opening weekend in the context of it still has a long way to go to be profitable, even though it had already made $60 million in the first weekend, which is not normal in entertainment right now. Then let's talk about Rolling Stone, leaving it off of the best films of 2025. How is that possible? Then the Golden Globes, 7 nominations and essentially snubbed. And now the BAFTAs. Somehow the BBC decided not to edit out the N-word, but decided to edit out a bunch of other stuff that they thought was controversial, but not this. What's really going on here? Vision is the ability to see the unseen, to see what should exist, what could exist, and what must exist, and also feel personally responsible for bringing it forward. The best visions, the great visions, are here to transform something. They're here to disrupt the system. They're here to show us a new way. From the same place that the vision is coming down from, there is another force. I call it Satan, the enemy. Some people will call it resistance. Some people will call it negative energy. Regardless, there is an equal opposing force that does not want this vision to come to life. And it's going to fight like hell to do everything in its power to keep it from coming through. And in the meantime, it's also going to try to torture you in the process. And it intensifies the closer you get to the breakthrough. It's vicious, and it loves to hit where it hurts. This has happened to me so many times when I'm bringing a project to life. And it's always surprising. It's like, why is this happening to me? Why does this keep happening this way? It's a spiritual law that resistance has to do everything in its power to keep it from coming forward. So it's not a surprise that we're seeing this with the Sinners campaign, because this is one of the great works of Hollywood. And it's going to fight like hell to the very end to humiliate it, to try to take away the glory from it. So we have to start expecting that this is going to happen. So Ryan Coogler, congratulations on this historic moment, for this breakthrough, for seeing the vision all the way through. I can't imagine what it took to endure this, to bring this to life, the late nights, the questions, the doubts, all the problems you had to solve to get it here. The warfare that you're experiencing on this campaign is an extraordinary indication that the work you visualize is disrupting exactly what it was meant to disrupt. Can't wait to see you all make history at the Oscars. The rest of you visionary leaders that are called to bring things into existence that move us forward, that transform systems, that disrupt the status quo, expect the warfare, prepare for the warfare, armor up, and let's get to battle.
Preach, sister, preach. I'm not over Rolling Stone leaving it off that list, though. Yeah, I just went with a bunch of N's, but the BBC edited that out. You'll get it in the director's cut. The people who peddle anti-blackness for profit are already cranking up their machinery to rile up the racism with tired theories after Sinners got all those Oscar nominations. Gotta just ignore them and bask in Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan's cinematic brilliance.
Sinners was nominated for 16 Oscars. In true fashion in America, black people can never be acknowledged for greatness without the racists showing up.
Never! Never! You should have seen them when I got the honor roll in 93.
Racism presents itself in a myriad of ways in this country when it comes to policing blackness and policing the levels and heights of success a black person can achieve. There is a growing sentiment online that Sinners just wasn't that good. It wasn't worth it. Why is Sinners getting nominated? It wasn't even a good movie. All it is about black people telling white people that they're bad. And usually the profiles always look like this. And it's always people who are lacking fundamental comprehension skills and don't even understand the plot of the movie. But two usually are just racist and they're upset that black people are being nominated. The same type of person that is writing Sinners is not a good movie is the same type of white woman that dislikes Beyonce and tries to say Taylor Swift is better than her. I don't truly believe that Taylor Swift is better than Beyonce. What they hate is that a black woman can achieve something that they never could in their mediocre life. And so these white people are seeing this black, very, very, very black film achieve the pinnacle of acknowledgement and recognition in the film industry. And they're like, well, it wasn't even that good. It wasn't even that good of a movie. It wasn't even that good of an actor. The music wasn't good. Every single nomination that this movie got, it deserved. When we look at films like The Color Purple was nominated for 15 awards, 1-0. And it's a way for American media and American society to be like, okay, here's your participation trophy. You're black. You should be happy deserving this. You should be happy receiving this nomination. You should be happy showing up to the room. You should be happy we let you in the door. You should be happy. You should be happy. You should be happy. And unless you understand that, and unless you understand American history, American culture, and like I said, what it means to be black in America, you'll never understand why the discourse around these nominations in this movie are bigger than just the nominations and the movie. And sometimes these conversations are so out of your depth and you're inept to have these conversations, whether it's from across the pond, whether it's from white people, whether it's from other races and other ethnicities, because you don't truly understand what it means to be black American in America and have our art always disseminated and always commodified and always told it's not good enough, whilst also always being stolen, watered down, and reproduced by white people and then considered great. So when you have these think pieces on why you don't believe Sinners was a good movie, it's never really based on the merit of the movie. It's usually based in your racial bias. This speaks to the larger issue of American culture and what is considered American and how blackness is always othered.
Hey, you know what? Can somebody get this to Timothy Chalamet?
It's Shalimar. It's Shalimar. This is for the love in you? A night to remember?
When you win Best Actor award at the Academy Awards, the Oscars, do me a favor. Don't mention Michael B. Jordan. Just don't do that. It's not magnanimous. It's not cute. It's not humble. It's not gracious. It's not respectful. Just don't do it. It's ugly and unnecessary. Too often, white actors, musicians, singers, stage, TV, they win an award that, let's be honest, there's probably a black person should have won it, right? And they get up there, Macklemore did it, Billie Eilish did it, you know, different people have done it through the years. They thank this black person who didn't win. And they say, oh, you're an auteur, you're an artist, you're fantastic, I love you, you're the best. Adele did. Just don't do that. Like, keep Michael B. Jordan's out of your name when you win your award for your little Marty hamburger. I don't know what that was. Marty Supreme, Jesus. You know, just forget it. Because we know, and they've been, since Oscar's so white, they've been trying to like do a little bit better. And one of the things they said, they're going to start requiring the people who vote in the movies to watch the movies. My God. That just means over the last 100 years, all your favorites who have been winning, they just been winning on vibes and payola and connections and nepotism, right? That's all. And you know what? Look, there are bigger issues in the world. There's bigger issues in this country, in your state, in your city, in your home. We understand that. But we like entertainment. We like sports. We like entertainment. You know, we like all that stuff. We follow these people and we like their stuff. And you know what? Some of us get happy when they get rewarded and recognized. That's okay. It doesn't fix all the world's problems. It's a nice distraction, and we just do it. Everyone knows that Sinners is the best movie of the year, and Michael B. Jordan is best actor. Whether they get that recognition, I wouldn't bet on it. So, Timothy, when you get your award for playing a tennis player, or you were Willy Wonka, or you're in Dune, you're 100 pounds beating up people in the desert, hey, just say, you know what? Thank you. I am fantastic. Thank you for recognizing my greatness. And keep Michael B. Jordan's name out of your mouth. So congratulations, Michael B. Jordan and Sinners and the cast, because you guys truly were the best movie, music, acting, score, cinematography. Every award you should win. And that you won't is just a continuance and a furtherance of the disgrace that is the award mess in for movies, TV, music, and stage.
Now, if we're being honest, Sinners is probably not the only ones that need to go into Oscar night with both eyes open. At this year's Oscars, 6 out of the 20 acting nominees are from underrepresented communities. Read the full diversity report from Variety. Variety. Is this a make good? Is that what you're doing? We apologize for the racism. We want to be an ally. Is that what you're doing? You read them books? To which somebody said Latinos and black people. Oh, yeah, that's a good bet. Variety predicts Sinners will win 7 categories at the Oscars: picture, director, actor, supporting actor, cast, original screenplay, and score. All right, Variety. That's better. We come a little stronger in the paint. Now, we'll see. We'll see what's said. It's been a rocky road over the last year with you, Variety. We argued back and forth like a married couple in their first year of marriage. However, after sitting down, talking out our differences, compromising, and then finally coming to terms, we're now back together. Thank you. You got one. You got one. Yeah, you definitely got one, Variety. Only in a politically correct, DEI, woke, virtue signaling the Academy is this even remotely possible a complete joke of the award. The bots disagree. Yeah, the bots disagree. Sorry, Variety. You never gonna please them and black people at the same time. Am I the only one who feels like they're trying to jinx it for us? It's that part. It's that part. That's exactly why I'm troubled. We ain't never gone into Oscars like this. With all this old in our back? Come on.
Come on, man.
This gotta feel like Denzel going into the Oscars with Training Day.
I'm leaving without the Oscar, right? But as I'm leaving, I see the back of where they're doing the getting the meal ready, the food ready for the governor's ball. I see a big tray. I'm like, I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Cause they did not want to hear Denzel if he went home empty again.
You think you can do this to me? You mother...
In 1985, The Color Purple had a historic 11 Oscar nominations. They won 0. I believe Sinners will win some Oscars, but this hyping up for Oscar show views will backfire against the Academy. And please don't make the mistake of La La Land and Moonlight. I'm still upset director Barry Jenkins didn't get his full speech time. Honestly, if they replaced all digital copies of La La Land with Barry Jenkins' speech, nobody would notice, because nobody has watched that movie since at least pre-COVID.
Sinners has broken the record as being the most nominated film of all time with 16 nominations. But if you sit here and tell me that a movie has been nominated, in other words, it is the top 5 out of all the movies in the year in more categories than everyone else, how is that not Best Director worthy? And if it's Best Director worthy, how is that not worthy of Best Picture? Because if we're being honest, here's the ugly truth. It feels like a setup. It feels like they about to be like, hey, listen, we gave y'all best score, we gave y'all best casting, we gave y'all best original adaptation. Listen, here, damn. That's how it feels. It feels like a whole bunch of here, damn awards. Y'all not happy with the nominations? It's fine. Get out of here. But we're not going to give y'all the actual ones that we know are more prestigious. And again, I hope I'm wrong. If Sinners can be highly reviewed by critics and audiences, break box office records, have cultural impact, have record-breaking nominations, if it can do all of that and it still can't win Best Director for Ryan Coogler, and it still can't win Best Picture, then I only have one question. What more does it take for a black filmmaker to make a black-centered movie to accomplish and check off all those things and not be a shoo-in to win? What more does it take? It's not a trick question at all. I'm talking about objectively film in the top 5 of every single category, and you don't give that movie the Best Director and the Best Movie. I don't know what qualifies anymore.
Now, let's be honest. Y'all know I sit in this seat every day and talk about politics. And in this particular climate, the idea of not being capable of being qualified in the eyes of some is certainly not foreign to us at all. I mean, this is just a simple interruption for all that DEI footage that got leaked from the Doge Bros this particular week. But
how do you interpret DEI? There was the EO explicitly laid out. The details, I don't remember it off the top of my head.
It's okay. I'm asking for your understanding of it.
Yeah, my understanding was exactly what was written in the EO.
Okay, so can you...
I don't remember what was in the EO.
I can tell you this, Academy. If y'all try it again, we gonna tear it up. I'm gonna say we gonna tear it up. Y'all ain't seen nothing with Will Smith. Y'all ain't seen nothing with Will Smith. We gonna tear it up. You remember what happened when you went up to Magic? You remember what happened? All of this.
Sinners just got 16 Oscar nominations, the most for any film in the Academy's history. Super happy, super proud for everybody involved. Actors, producer, cast, crew, writer, all that. I just hope the nominations ain't the award. I hope y'all ain't saying just nominate them in everything and then don't give them nothing though. Don't do that. Don't give them 16 then 0. Be like, but we nominate you, but I hope they win. Okay, and I know it's hard, it's tough. I'm really happy for Delroy Lindo, the first supporting actor nom. Wound me. I'm so happy for her. She ain't never done nothing wrong acting to me. Michael B., Ruth E. Carter, Ryan for director. I think they got nominated for song. I want them to go up there sometimes. And thank the people. Please. I know they ain't gonna win 16. Could they get 6, 7? 6, 7? 1, 2, 3, 1? Just don't let them walk out there empty-handed, please.
Nah, Kev on stage. Nah, we doing double digits. Nah, I'm unhappy with anything in the single digits. If it looked like a kicker's number, I'm mad. Okay. If it looks like a kicker's number, I'm mad. All right. I'm setting the line. I'm setting the line right there. And I told you what's going to happen if, you know what I mean? I told you all about that.
But wait, there's more.
Because let's be honest, Academy, we know exactly how to give ourselves the best chance at 10, don't we?
If the white vampires and sinners were slave masters and overseers, sinners would win 10 Oscars. If you put sinners in a different situation.
So you're saying it has to be a certain category to win.
What I'm saying is if everybody black and sinners was slaves and all of a sudden the masters became vampires and were trying to run and get the slaves. And then the slaves overthrow the masters. And then after that is one last scene where they walk out. And now it's like, well, what is we going to do now?
Oh, Jesus.
We done killed everyone. We done used the stake. And then we done used Jesus to kill everyone. Sinners wins 10 Oscars.
Is he wrong? Academy, is he wrong? In fact, you know he's not wrong because as soon as he said, what is we going to do now? Y'all nominated that. The podcast is nominated by the Academy just for what is we going to do now. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Y'all hear that?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
It's the unraveling of the MAGA coalition. And this month, we letting them fight. So look out for all of that merch hitting thepeoplesgetup.com. Now, this time around, I come to you in the spirit of Unsung. Y'all remember that show on TV One about all the groups that didn't get their just desserts? They were really scraping the barrel by the end of that show. I think they made one on me, my work in the shower. I be singing in the shower. I go by Rishis Watterson. And I got Rishis Watterson. Look out for Rishis Watterson. I think it's season 24. I'm on there.
La-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-dum. La-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-dum.
Now, last time I sat here, I gave a shout out to all the people whose hard work makes this channel go. But I also want to give a shout out to the research squad. Did you know we have a research squad? Shout out to all of you guys. And if you would like to be a part of it, hit me up at admin@reesewaters.com. But I also want to shout out you, all the people whose actions help propel this channel onto the screens and into the laps of so many people all across America. The people that watch the video all the way to the end, the people that hit the like button, the ones that hit the side of the screen during the premiere, the people that share the videos, all the subscribers, all the members, the people who write comments, and the people that engage with other people in the comment section, as well as the people that follow me on all of my other socials. I'm at Reese Waters on just about everything. There are so many people whose efforts I appreciate that I may not have an opportunity to thank. And just because I haven't already doesn't mean I won't. That goes for you too, Hanukkah Claus. I remember. Greetings to Reese Waters and the Mod Squad and Collected fam. It's me, Top Cop, aka Hanukkah Claus, the chubby elf of Hanukkah with his reindeer Nala. She's of the culture, sending out holiday greetings and drinking from the glory of my FAFO mug and adorned in my Who Raised Y'all festive tee. It's an honor to tell all who ask regarding these gifts about the good works this channel does, and I know will continue to do. Love to all of you. And right back at you. I want you guys to know how much I appreciate the support, love, and just the time that you guys shower onto this particular channel. And I chose Unsung because coming out of the White House Black History Month, with the State of the Union immediately afterwards, with no acknowledgement whatsoever, the treatment of Jesse Jackson, and the most notable thing coming from this administration during Black History Month being the Obama memes. I think a lot of us know what it feels like to be unsung. And for us, you got to ask how many years we're going to move this country and remain a ghost. It's like a special kind of magic trick that we do to be the most visible people in the room, the ones that get watched in the corner store, the ones they lock their car doors for, and yet be completely unseen. We're the architects of the culture the world breathes like oxygen, but nobody ever asks who built the house. We're the rhythm in the song everybody's humming, the slang on the tongue of a girl across the ocean who's never met a soul from my neighborhood. Actually, you know what? My neighborhood was pretty milquetoast. I'll be honest. My neighborhood was unseasoned. I'll be honest. Let's go with y'all neighborhood. A woman across the ocean who's never met a soul from your neighborhood. We are the trend, the aesthetic, the vibe. But when the credits roll, our names are written in water. It's like being a foundation. You're under the floorboards, holding up the whole structure, but people walk all over you, dance on you. They feel safe because of you, but they never look down to say thank you. They just admire the view from the window that we helped frame. We've sat in boardrooms where our idea was a suggestion until a man with a different tan said it louder, and then suddenly it was innovation. In fact, I think this administration has been built on dismantling everything Obama did and then putting together something similar, but way worse. I've seen our history tucked into the back of the book, a footnote in a chapter written by someone who wasn't even there. It's exhausting being a masterpiece that everyone wants to own, but nobody wants to credit. But here's the thing about being unrecognized. Just because you don't see the wind doesn't mean it isn't moving the trees. We've been the pulse of this world since the first heartbeat. You can look away. You can keep your eyes fixed on the ceiling. You can pretend the light just happened to turn on by itself. But we all know who flipped the switch. We've always known. We see you.